Past 7 or 8 weeks, I have been jumping online to teach my friends how to build their first AI agent. I have a non technical background. My name is Jacqueline. I live in New York. And over the past year and a half, I've had the opportunity to increase my AI fluency. I went from being someone who's like, want nothing to do with AI to now leading senior women in leadership across various sectors to build an AI agent for the first time in less than an hour. When I learned about the AI skills gap that's starting to develop, it made me concerned. Let me give you a bit of background about myself. Over a decade ago, I started teaching women how to negotiate to close the gender wage gap because I learned that as a Black American woman, with an MBA, I was being paid far less than my counterparts, even though I had the same or more experience. And I tried to understand what was the root of that problem, which sent me on a journey of understanding the complexity of wage gaps and skills gaps and knowledge gaps. And it's not a really simple answer as to why these things exist. It's systematic, which means there are various factors that contribute to it and have different weights. So when I noticed the AI skills gap starting to form, my alarm bells went off and I instantly wanted to do something to solve that. Now, as a person with a non-technical background, I have dibbled and dabbled with a lot of tools. For instance, I started prototyping a website using Figma. They have a tool called Make, and I spent a month's worth of credits in a single day. Why? Because I kept telling the system to do something and it would confirm that it did it. And when I went to test it, it didn't actually happen. I wasn't aware of what sycophancy was, which is essentially where the large language models, they tell you what you want to hear. As a result of that, I burned through my credits. I was really confused. I reached out to their team. I explained to them what I had done. I shared my logs with them so that they could help me. And ultimately, I'll just leave that story there. But it forced me to try other products. So I've since become fluent in using Claude's product. And what I really appreciate about the Anthropic team is that they have Anthropic Academy, which is a free learning resource where you can go in and take lessons and build alongside learning these tools. That allowed me to increase my fluency significantly. Since then, I've tested different tools and I landed on a site called Gumloop via Lenny's podcast. So Lenny has this amazing podcast. Most of you probably know about Lenny and Lenny's newsletter and Lenny's podcast, but I got the product pass gifted to me. And from that, I learned about Gumloop. As a result of learning about Gumloop, I love the platform. I went through a live training. Shout out to Aaron, who runs community and education at Gumloop. And from that, I mentioned to Aaron at some point, oh, I'm going to send other people to you. He was like, actually, you could do some of these trainings. So that series of events led me to start teaching women how to build AI agents. Now, the use cases for AI agents, they're really broad, but I start with something simple, a meeting prep agent, because that is a use case that many people can relate to. And within that hour, people from all backgrounds and people with little technical experience to people who have been engineers have joined me. I've had lawyers join, nurses, I've had scientists join, hairstylists, tax accountants. I mean, you name it. I've had so many categories of professions to join and they complete their agents. Here's why. I walk them through what happens on the back end, but not just that. I'm teaching them how to think about utilizing these agents to give themselves time back. How do you buy your time back each and every week so that you can be more creative and innovative and focus on the things that you've been saying for years? If only I had enough time, I could get to that. We have tools that allow us to do that. So when I teach the AI workshops, how to build your agent, I'm not only teaching you how to set it up, but I'm also teaching you how do you think about this strategically so that it adds significant value to you. So I'll be sharing more of my journey as a non-technical person, teaching other people how to build AI agents.